Okay, everybody, we are doing a video response to Weiderfan's tag. He tagged me to show my 3 favorite knives. Tisk, 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 brother. That's a difficult question. You know, I had a pretty decent sized collection. I want to say in and around 20 knives. It all started, and I'll make this quick. It all started with me trying to find a good knife, trying to find that perfect knife. And not that you want to stare at my face, but it all started with me trying to find that perfect knife, the knife that I really liked, and being in Canada, it's a little bit harder to get your hands on knives. You can't really go to blade shows and try different things out as some of you folks in the States, for instance, have a bit of an advantage there. So I mean, it was just research, YouTube reviews, read the specs, just really do as much as I could online. And then, when I found something that, looked like it was for me, then I would go for it and pick it up and hope it worked out. And, 8 times out of 10 that was the case, or maybe even 9 times out of 10 that was the case. But I ended up with a bunch of knives that, got to a point where I just said, I'd rather see this knife being used by somebody than sitting on a shelf, and I either sold or gave away to friends. Just the better half of my collection. So I'm down to probably around 8 or 9, maybe 10 knives, not counting a few more, of course, and not counting a couple of folders. But anyway, so it was really hard for me to choose because everything I have left, it's all kind of even Steven, they're all in the same range for me. I look at visual appeal, aesthetics, performance, comfort, fit, finish, all that stuff, all those categories. And it's everything I have now performs all very much the same in all of those respects, really. There's nothing that's, the blade's really great on this, but the handle's kind of if I had something like that, it's been sold or given away. And if I gave a knife to you, I did not give you a knife that that I thought had an uncomfortable handle. Just for you people out there, just so you know, the knives I gave away, I found were balanced knives, but just not for me. The ones that I sold, however, just there was one or the other thing was missing, I think, in general. Anyways, so as not to ramble, what I did basically was pretty much just chose at random 3 knives that I'm going to talk about a 4th, if Weiderfan will forgive me for doing so. But so I just kind of chose them at random based on history, maybe a little bit of sentimentality, and just it was still kind of at random because there's attachment for all of my knives in one way or another. But so it was kind of a semi-random choice. But anyways, without further babbling ado, whatever. Here's what I came up with. In no particular order, my Bark River Aurora. This is the original sheath that it came from, or that it came with, excuse me. I think I got it through Knives Ship Free. So this sheath, however, has been put on the shelf for a couple of months already. I'm not going to show you the sheath that it's in because I'm doing, I have a separate video for that I'm just trying to get uploaded, having issues with Wi-Fi. So it's a particularly long video, and it's I'm just having a hard time getting it all up at once. But you'll see that soon. So, standard sheath, it's pretty good, decent leather, stitched well, ferro rod loop. For those of you who are interested, sheaths, nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Now, the knife itself. One of the reasons why I like this knife, and hopefully, I should probably try some lighting here. Hold on, sorry. Probably a bit of a glare. It's pouring rain outside, so as much as I wanted to do this outside, it's not going to work that way. So anyways, this is a great knife. It really is. And let me just, you know what, let me do this. Sorry, folks. I'll freestyle it a bit here. So this knife is phenomenal. It's, you know, it's a full height convex. It's CPM 3V steel. White micarta liners, or white micarta handles. Sorry, blood red liners. You know, stainless pins. Really nice, really great knife. Not going to bother with too many specs. I've had issues with this knife. When I first got it, the edge wasn't that great. It wouldn't take an edge as far as trying to resharpen it. I couldn't get it to take the edge for some reason, or to sharpen. So I had issues, ended up sending it back to Bark River, got it back with, I also had scale issues as well. They were coming away, I think, down here at the end. The epoxy or whatever let go. I'd say about 1.5 inches in from the hilt, from the base. Got it back. Didn't have liners in it. I had, pretty sure it had, no, it just didn't have liners in it, that's right. And they didn't take care of the edge. So I sent it back again, took care of the edge. That's awesome now. But I got a different color scale, no liners. Sent it back in again. Couldn't get the original scales. It's got the red liners now, and I had to settle for, I think there's just a white paper micarta. It's pretty stark. It's not the, I think it was, I want to say it was bone or ivory white. So it had a slight tinge to it, which I really liked. So this is a little stark for me, but a little bit of wear and tear will, I think, will age that a little bit, and a little bit of time spent out in the sun and the dirt. But I just, this knife and I, for those reasons, and a few others, have been through a lot. And I really like it. It has a great fit in the hand. The blade's awesome. The edge now is as it should be, as everyone else's is, if you've ever seen any of the reviews. Phenomenal. Great knife. Absolutely recommend it to anybody. Cuts like a dream. It's a fantastic shape for all kinds of different things. You know, it's just, I'm really, really happy with it. And while I had issues with Bark River, they, in the end, they made it right, as I knew they would. Second knife, Diving Sparrow. This is the sheath you get from Diving Sparrow. Abe, solid sheaths. He makes his own sheaths as well as the knives. This came. This has got a dangler. I won't talk too much about the sheath. This is the knife video. Good solid sheath though. This is my Boreal. I believe it's in the 4 3/4 range. This is the 1/8 model. Natural micarta handles. I think it's got a thin black liner in there. Phenomenal knife. This knife is probably the most, if not one of the most comfortable knives that I've ever held, ever before. It's really phenomenal. A bit of a close-up here. It's a really, really good knife. It's been through hell and back with me. It's got it's 1095 steel. You can see the patina here, and I wear my knife scout style. And this is just from waist and stomach sweat patinaing it, because like I said, I keep it right at my waist, right in front. And you know, it's been through everything. It's a lightsaber. It you know, it just plows through wood. It's got a convex secondary. It's a full flat grind, but just through stropping and whatnot, it's taken on a nice little convex, maybe micro, I don't know. Awesome knife, really comfortable handles. I love the broadness of the blade, if that's the right term. from spine to edge. It's a great knife. Absolutely recommended it to anybody without question, without hesitation. I have a 3/16 version too that's getting a little bit of touch-up work done to it, and it's on its way back to me, but just absolutely love this knife. I've had it for several years now. I want to say close to 3, maybe even into my 4th year, and it's just an awesome knife, plain and simple. My third knife out of my selection of 3 is in a different sheath. This is a sheath that came with a BHK, and back when that stood for blind horse knives. It's in a sheath that I just wet formed for this knife. And the knife is that's focusing, I hope so, Falkniven F1 VG10 steel. It's an awesome steel. This came in as a blank and went through to Abel Ice at Diving Sparrow Knife Works, and he threw on a nice black box elder, which is an absolutely phenomenal wood. I can zoom in a little bit more, it'll focus. Apologize for the quality if the video's a little off. Cloudy day, and it's just this is when it happened. The video just took me this long to figure out which 3 knives I wanted. So anyway, awesome knife. White liners. This is probably tied, I would say, with the Boreal for most comfortable handle ever. I mean, literally made for my hand. You've heard that before. You know, if I grabbed a piece of modeling clay and squeezed it, and that was used to form this handle, then that's exactly how this feels. It's just it's so comfortable in the hand. It's awesome. You know, full height convex knife. In the 3/16 with a I believe it's called a distilled taper. Drop point, as most of my knives are. Just a phenomenal knife. This thing I've had for, gosh, nearly 5 years now. Awesome knife, never let me down. If it's not, you know, on my belt, it's probably in my pack because I just can't leave it at home. It's phenomenal. Has a great spine for throwing, you know, sparks with a ferro rod, probably the best out of any knife I have. It's just fantastic. It takes a great edge. This particular knife, you can get some issues with micro chipping. I've only had it happen once, and it was a little while ago. I have since, you know, been able to sharpen those out, and I haven't had any issues since, so maybe that was just the factory edge. But just phenomenal knife. I love it so much. And I could talk more and more about all 3 of these knives and the others that I have, but I think that satisfies the parameters of the tag. One other knife I'm going to show real quick, but it was hard not to pick it, and I'm just going to show it for a second. So, you know, reader, relax, buddy, sit still. Is my A Forge Bushcrafter. It was hard not to pick this one. The only reason why I didn't pick it, again, that was a random selection. I didn't even have this included in the choices, merely because I've just gotten it, and initially I'm in love with it. Awesome edge, great handle, but I want to give it more time. So there wasn't much of a story to go with it, you know, per se. So good old friend. Good friend, Helen back knife, performer. You know, what more can I say? Hopefully this was a good video for you, reader. You know, hopefully it wasn't too all over the place, and you know, you could see everything well enough. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, buddy. I had a hard time filming this one. Didn't know what to say, but hopefully that's good. Now I'm going to extend the tag. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend the tag, and I'm going to tag 3 people. I think I was thinking about tagging 4, but I may have forgotten who the 4th was. But I want to tag Martimespook. Do this one up, buddy. I want to see. I have a good feeling as to the one company or possibly two companies that are going to be covered in your 3, but I'm really curious to see. So Martimespook, I want to tag you. I'm going to tag Dennis at SpartanJohns. He's like me. He's got a half decent collection, and it's probably as ever changing and evolving as mine is. So I'm curious to see what his response would be, at this point in time to that. So Dennis, SpartanJohns, I tag you, sir. And I think for the 3rd one, I'm going to tag, and I'm just because I'm super curious. He doesn't, come across as a knife guy per se, I don't think, my opinion. But Rob from Rob's Bushcraft. I also tag you, my friend, my bearded brother from another mother. I'd like to see where you're sitting with your 3 favorite knives. I think that's going to be it. That's the 4th one. The 4th person I'm going to tag, and I don't know if there's you're only allowed to do 3 people, but I'm doing a 4th, and that's Matthias at PinewoodCH. Might not see the video for a while. Super busy, and he hasn't been able to get a lot of stuff out lately, but I'm still curious just to see what he would have to say for his 3. So Martimespook, SpartanJohns, Rob's Bushcraft, and PinewoodCH. I tag you guys, and thanks a lot, Weiderfan. You took up a lot of my time trying to figure this one out, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. All right, brother. Be well. Everyone else. See you soon.